Divine Connection Marketing is a 500 Fortune company that can always connect you to the right connection. Check them out.
Businesses all across the planet are looking to make connections with people. Well, guess what? Divine Connections magazine is helping businesses not only walk in their purpose and passion, but to get connected to their potential. That's right. You've got to connect to your potential, and you can make it happen now because it is time to know your worth. As you get connected to people all across the planet, Divine Connections magazine will make it happen. And get featured in the magazine today and get your copy now, because there's no other time than a divine time to get connected to Divine Connections magazine.
Great day, everyone. Welcome. Make sure you are liking and sharing this broadcast. We have a lot of great information to share with you on today. And first, let me introduce what Divine Connection is. It's a faith-based and inspirational magazine that comes out quarterly in print as well as online. We connect with different businesses, entrepreneurs, gospel artists, praise dance, moms, vendors, anyone that's doing something great in the community. We would love to share with that. So you have a lot of opportunities with Divine Connections to share who you are and what you do with the masses. Okay. And so that's what Divine Connection is all about. We have interviews on Wednesdays between 3 and 6. We have events throughout the year where people come and network and worship together. And then we have the magazine, of course, for a hard copy as well as a digital copy. So there are so many ways that you can connect with Divine Connections. So if you like to advertise in the next quarter magazine, let me know. We have half page as well as full page opportunities, and your ad will run for 3 months. Okay. Awesome. So how do you stay connected with Divine Connections? Go to our website and join our email list. Our website is divineconnectionsmagazine.com. Once you join our email list, you'll get updates of news, interviews, events, and everything that's going on with Divine Connections. Secondly, we have our Facebook page. Go and like Divine Connections Marketing. That's our social media. Our Instagram page is Divine Connections, one word. And I would love for you to subscribe to our YouTube channel. I want to meet at least 1,000 subscribers. It's my next goal for my YouTube channel. So my YouTube channel is The Divine Connections. Make sure you subscribe and click that bell of notification so you can be notified when we're on and when we're making it happen as well. So the quarterly magazine is here. So excited. All right. So we have over 60 advertisements. We just celebrated our 12th magazine anniversary. We celebrated women, we had vendors, we had speakers. It was phenomenal. And we had advertisers in the magazine as well. One of the biggest events that I do once a year. And so get your copy of Divine Connections magazine and go to divineconnectionsmagazine.com/subscription. So we do a hard copy as well as digital copy. We have events coming up. Different people have events coming up. Elder Michael Boykin has some events coming up the end of April, and it's phenomenal. A lot of networking, a lot of connections, gospel artists, hip hop, youth revivals, all of that is going on. And you want to be in the know, a vendor opportunity as well. So make sure you get your copy of Divine Connections magazine. It's so many connections and resources in here. So get your copy at divineconnectionsmagazine.com/subscriptions. Okay. Next on our agenda, if you would like to be a sponsor, if you have a 30-second commercial for your business or your ministry, we would love for you to be on our platform and to share with the masses who you are and what you do. You never know who needs to connect with you. And so if you have a 30-second spot or a 30-second commercial already, we could connect. And you can do a 3-month agreement for $150, and your 30-second commercial would go on before or after the interview. So we are on weekly, and the more people that see you will know who you are and what you do, and would love to connect with you. So if you would like to be a sponsor, it's only $150. Let me know, and I would love to get you on the broadcast. Next, if you need a 30-second and a 60-second or 60-second commercial for your business, your ministry, your book, or your gospel group, make sure you connect with us, because we create 30-second and 60-second commercials. We want to let people know who you are and what you do in just a couple of seconds so they can go ahead and connect with you. Okay. And next on our agenda is I have been blessed to have a book written called The Key Connector: how to build an empire helping people. All right. So of course I did everything with God and having faith in myself and the one that has created this whole universe. And so with the help of the Lord, I have put strategies together in order to build my empire. And the number one thing when you're dealing and building an empire, you want to build relationships with people. All right. And get to know who they are and what they do, so then when somebody else needs that connection or that resource, that you can be a connection to connect them. All right. And so the book is phenomenal. It talks about my journey. It talks about my connections. It talks about things that I have done to build my empire thus far. And you know, greater things are coming for sure. That. All right. So get the book, The Key Connector. It is on Amazon as well. And the link below, go ahead and use the link below. Then you can get a signed copy, and I can send it directly to you as well with the signature. All right. So greatly, greatly appreciate you in advance. It's called The Key Connector: How to Build an Empire Helping People. All right. Next on our agenda, the other thing that we have going on, this is 2022. All right. And we are making it happen. The first quarter is already gone. All right. And so we have 3 more quarters of the year to make it happen. There's a lot of visions, a lot of dreams, a lot of things that are placed in us and that we need to work on. And we need to write the vision and make it plain and execute. All right. And make it happen. And so I have a journal that I would love for you to get and write your vision down and your goals down, and then look back at the end of the year of how God has blessed you, and how he has made it happen for you. And of course, you got to put the work in as well. But having faith in God, having faith in yourself, having a plan and a working your plan, you can make it happen. So get my journal as Make It Happen, and you are a divine connection. I would love for you to get a copy of this journal. Okay. All right. To put your dreams and your goals down as well. All right, that is Divine Connection News. Thank you for your time. And now I want to welcome a good individual that has some spices or some other things as well. So we're going to tap in to Miss Smith. So Miss Smith is joining us today. Great day. How are you? Welcome.
I am great and grateful. I'm so grateful for you to have me here on this platform, on your platform. And I love what you're doing to highlight everyone and uplift everyone, because you can give it all away and still keep it all for yourself. So thank you so much.
That was good, powerful words right there. Awesome. I love that. Awesome. Well, thank you for coming and taking the time out to be here and doing what you do in the community. So let's get into it. Tell us a little bit about Miss Smith and where you're from.
Well, I'm from Delaware, actually.
Oh, okay.
And so it was actually divine that we met each other.
Yeah.
We did not run into each other per se, right? But I am here, and my name again is Shani Smith, and I am the owner of KenDo Spice. I also, believe it or not, have a full-time job. Okay. And I also am the director of operations for BHS and Associates as well. So I have many hats. Some days I feel quite like the octopus and feel like I still need a few more arms and legs. Just saying. Yeah. But basically what it is I'm a food enthusiast. I love all things food.
All things food.
The problem is I like good food and bad food. That's the only problem. Many of us only like bad. Some of us only like good. And our problem is I love it all. And honestly, it's my love language. I love to cook. I would cook for everyone, literally the world, if I could. Well, since we know that is not possible, that I only have 2 arms and 2 legs, I created KenDo Spice so that cooks at any level can enjoy great flavor. But the kicker is I've added different herbs and minerals that our body needs to help with health. So I come from a long background or long lineage of people who are herbalists and believe in natural homeopathic healing. And that's our go-to. My go-to is not grab a Tylenol, grab an Advil. That's just not how I was raised. So I understand that healing starts from the inside out. I understand that if something is happening on my skin, that I don't need to go and grab some kind of topical thing. I have to check what I'm putting in my mouth. And for a lot of times, that could be something as simple as gluten, but it just depends. You really kind of have to start eliminating things to figure out what it is that your body is reacting to. I also am a caregiver for my mother. And the only way to get her to take what she needs was to put it in food. So as I started doing that for her, I want to say probably like 5 years back, was like, I started doing it for my household. My husband is like, I'm not eating that. So I started hiding things, and I'm like, I can't be the only one struggling with this. I can't be the only one that needs to get this good stuff in them, but they don't want to participate willingly. So I started hiding it in the food. And then you also have where people are like, oh my gosh, this is so good. What'd you put in it? And my answer is always, I sprinkled until the ancestor said stop. So I take the time to figure out what it was I was putting in here. And then I'm like, you know what? I'm going to throw something else in there as well. So one of my favorite go-to herbs is ashwagandha. And it's actually a root. And it is like nature's Xanax, basically. It is very good for helping you decompress and relax, and kind of like what we call like a chill pill, right?
Okay.
But it has a very, very strong, pungent flavor. So I can live with the fact of how it tastes because I know what it's going to do eventually. But how was I going to get that for everyone else? If you've ever dealt with somebody with dementia or Alzheimer's, you know that they're very anxious. So that was one of the things that I really needed to get into my mom. And I also love the islands. I love island flavor.
Nice.
Island flavor can be strong though. So what I do is I mix the ashwagandha in with one of my blends, which I call Island Passion. And they come in a little tin like this. And the Island Passion has like your curry and jerk flavor, which happen to be strong flavors, which is why I mix that with the ashwagandha. When I think of islands, I think of relaxation, I think of chilling, and I think of good food. I put it in there, So I use things like that. I use CMOS. For the last 25 months, people have been talking about the jab, sanitizer. 45, you even talk about drinking some bleach, right? Okay, that's all crazy. That is all crazy. And here we are 25 months later, we're talking about, there's a new variant. And we never really spent the time to say, well, you know what? Maybe you should get more sleep. Make sure you're drinking more water. Get some sunshine.
That part.
Feed your body what it needs. Your body naturally wants to heal. If you get a paper cut, does it stay open for days and days and months? No. Your body starts to heal itself.
That's right.
Give it what it needs. It wants to heal.
That's right.
And I'm not saying that, I'm not making a claim that, if you put the season on your food, tomorrow you'll have so much pep in your step and you'll be so much better. But you have to start incorporating. You have to start somewhere. People, it's popular to do like Meatless Monday. And let me tell you, with the price of food today, you might want to do meatless every day.
I know.
But, we have to make these small steps. And the biggest really like taste and texture. That's really what we're looking for. You wouldn't eat a piece of boiled chicken with nothing on it. It would be horrible. But after you add some rosemary and this and that, now you have something good. So you really could replace the chicken with something else that gives you that same texture. Because then you're going to add the flavor. And we forget that. And And we are at a place right now that a tray of wings is $20. Do you have to have it? I'm just saying. Me
Right.
personally, as much as I love food, I love mushrooms too. So I'm cool with that. I'm cool. I'll use oyster mushrooms. Thank you. I'll add some. I'll add my own herbs and
Right.
that's chicken. Just saying.
Mm-hmm. You
So
talked about, hold on. You talked
wow.
about rosemary. You talked about CMOS. Give us some information about those two.
Well, CMOS itself has 92 of the 102 minerals that we have in our body. It is basically a form of like an algae that is found in the sea. And it's become pretty popular, I would say, more recently. It's been something that I've been using for years. It's rich in amino acids, vitamin C, vitamin A, your omega fatty acids, antioxidants. It is like everything because you can have it in powder form. You can make it as gel. You can mask it. And I first started masking it in gravy and grits. You want your gravy to be thicker anyway. You don't always have to use flour. Flour is like a paste in your body. It's really actually no good for you. And you can use this. You can use CMOS to thicken it up. You could also use what they call aquafaba, which is the liquid that gets left over after you make chickpeas. You can actually use that in place of egg whites if you just whip it. It's amazing what you can do.
Wow.
But the CMOS itself has a sticky kind of thick texture, and it helps to soothe the mucous membrane in the body. It helps your body get rid of any excess mucus, which we know that is the major cause for many diseases.
Right.
So when you start to clear that up and clear out your lungs, then you're in a better position to fight off things like COVID-19. You're better in a position to fight off the issues that you have with your asthma. It's also a prebiotic, so it helps your body to get rid of bad bacteria in your gut. And your gut really is like your second mind. You know, when it didn't come from nowhere where people say, I have this gut feeling, that's your brain. If you have things going on in your life, high stress things that you can't handle, like I currently have a high stress lifestyle that is out of my control. So I can only control myself, right? So you're talking about loading up on some ashwagandha, loading up on some CMOS. I'm putting that. My daughter puts that in her popsicles. Everything.
Wow.
We have to do all of that. Sometimes if you're not feeling well, you can just sniff some fresh rosemary to kind of bring yourself back to a center and calm yourself down. Rosemary is good for your hair. Rosemary is good for your skin. Like, it's not just for chicken. It's not just for chicken. So yeah, those are just a few. I also use lion's mane mushroom, which is excellent for brain health. Black seed, we all use it as black seed oil, right? And I used to actually use that because it has a peppery flavor. I used to use that for salad dressings, but I have it in the powdered form now, and I use that in our spice blend called Farm to Soul, which is a completely sodium-free blend. Now you're getting that little kick from the black seed. You don't know that what you're having. Unless you know, right? But your family won't know. It's also called, Nigella or black cumin is another thing it's called. But it goes back over 3,000 years, and it's great for reducing inflammation, asthma, lowering cholesterol, autoimmune disorders like rheumatoid arthritis, like eczema. Those are all autoimmune disorders where your body is reacting to itself. Diabetes even. So it has smoked paprika, it has garlic. It really is, it's really something special. I'm just saying. And it's not just for vegetables. It's not just for meat. Believe it or not. Are you listening here?
I am.
Put it on some peaches. Put it on the grill. It was some kind of lovely. I'm just saying. It was some kind of lovely.
Wow.
Yeah, and the name KenDo came from my father.
Okay.
His name is Kenny, and he has many, many talents. So his friends would always say, "You can do a little bit of everything." So that became his nickname, KenDo. He loves to cook as well. and I started cooking with him.
Mm.
So I felt like it was only fitting
Right.
to call it KenDo Spice. You know, prior to having this business, I had a cupcake business, and I actually named that after my maternal grandmother. So, you know, I had to give my dad his, I had to give him his play. But yeah, I mean, we started cooking together. He would cook something, then brag about it before I get to taste it. Right? He would brag about it. He'd say like, "This is so good, I could just kiss myself," and like that. I'm like, okay. So, we used to have a good time with it. Saturdays I was always watching public television, like every original cooking show. I'm talking about Julia Childs, Justin Wilson, all that old school stuff. That was my Saturday. At that time, I have a sister that's 10 years younger than me. So at that time, I was the only child and I couldn't go outside because my parents didn't really play that. So that's where I was, planted in the TV, watching cooking shows. What I thought was living my best life. Now I know that's why I'm an old soul, right? But like skating, I never got to go skating. No.
So, do you have a recipe book?
I don't have a recipe book yet.
Okay, yeah.
I am aspiring to do a book by the end of the summer.
Okay.
Yes. Awesome. I do actually post recipes on my Instagram page, which is KenDo Spice all together. No spaces, no underscores. I do put them on there and here and there. So you'll see things like even something simple like roasted Brussels sprouts, even with adding Mary Greens. And Mary Greens I named it that because it's a play on words. It is 4 green vegetables. Mary is my mother's name. Mary Green actually is her maiden name. And I also have added CBD. So you think of like Mary Jane, a little play on Rick James, right? And it's Mary Green. So very low sodium as well. Also good on grilled fruit too. But it's perfect for your green vegetables like cabbage, Brussels sprouts, green beans, broccoli. Everyone thinks that you must add some sort of smoked meat. Nah, I'll pass on that because it tastes like smoked meat. I want my vegetables to taste like what they are. I don't want no turkey butt in my room. Thank you. Please and thank you.
Awesome. So let's get them some information how they can get some of these great.
Yeah, so you can visit my Etsy shop. I've shortened the link here. You can just bit.ly/KenDo Spice, or you can email me at info@kendospice.com. I am always working on something, some kind of way. And I love feedback. So if you've tried it or you want to try it, you're thinking about trying it, reach out to me. Let's talk. Talk about what you want to put it on, what your ideas are. I would love to know. Just shoot me an email at info@kendospice.com.
Love it. So anything else you want to share before we leave with a word of encouragement?
I just want to say that many times in our communities or in our families, we almost bully each other, not necessarily on purpose, but you have one family member that says, "I'm vegan." And then they get the business at the next cookout. Like, "Oh no, you can't eat this." And I just want to say, just from somebody who grew up not being able to eat beef, not being able to eat pork, and being teased about it all the time, is to give them some grace and really think about it. We can let go of this plantation plate. We'll call it. No, I don't need to eat rabbit for Easter. I don't need to eat ham. I don't need to eat chitterlings. And I've actually never had any of those 3 things in my life. But just give us some grace and just consider that you can do things different. You can actually write your own story. You can recreate and reprogram your mind to do whatever you want to do. It may be best always not to always share what you're doing. Because people love for you to say that you're vegan today and you show up at the next function with a wing on your plate. Oh, I thought you were vegan. You know what I mean? So sometimes you don't always necessarily have to share. You can just bring your own food and just really be you and not be afraid to do it. Because I know for me, I definitely I got the business for years. Like, oh my gosh,
Mhm.
you had a burger, just try it. Like, no. You do know now I'm so grown at this point that I could try it if I wanted to. I'm good. There's plenty of other things I'm eating. Just saying, not quite a
Awesome.
5'6", but I am. So I just want to say to people, it's your journey.
That's
You
right.
have to do what's best for you and your immediate family, and just live your truth.
Mhm.
That's what I want to say.
Awesome.
That can be
Awesome.
nice. Just saying, you'll love it.
I love it.
If
I
you
love
don't,
it with
let
the
me know.
spice and the herb. I love it. I love it. And just talk a little bit about gluten.
So
Give us.
gluten is it comes from wheat, right? And
Mhm.
what they found is that it's cheap. It's super cheap,
Mhm.
and it was always here, but now it is something that we've put in everything because it's cheap. Just like corn, we throw it in everything. You're gonna find it, and we're gonna give you different names. It's not always just gonna say corn, but
Mhm.
it's gonna be fructose. We'll call it that. But
Mhm.
many people don't realize that they have a gluten intolerance. They think that it has to be the extreme where you get it and you get sick immediately. A gluten intolerance can be as mild as brain fog. It can be as mild as that bloating feeling that you have. When
Mhm.
you get finished eating, you are not supposed to have the itis. That's actually a thing. You should not be eating so much that you are putting all this strain on your digestive system.
Mhm.
So for me personally, when I eliminate gluten, I find, first of all, it takes about 3 days, 3 to 4 days maybe before you start to really see it. I find that my skin changes, like
Mhm.
it's particularly like elbows, knees, ankles, that part, any dark
Mhm.
patches. So I'm very clear that I have a gluten intolerance. It's mild because I don't know. You don't know until you start eliminating stuff. But it really makes a huge difference, especially the bloating, that feeling that you feel that's just like not quite the itis, like you ate too much, but
Mhm.
it's just an uncomfortable feeling.
Yeah.
Many times it's from gluten.
Wow.
So it's something that we're adding, not we, not me, they, those people are adding to the food because it's a cheap additive, it's a cheap filler, and it's also addicting. So
Mm.
we are willfully paying to be on this habit. It's
Mhm.
very much like a drug habit.
Wow.
Salt, sugar, all
Mhm.
these things are addictive tastes.
Yeah.
If you cut salt out for a week, the following week, the same thing you used to eat, you'll be like, oh my God, this is so
Mhm.
salty. But you
Mhm.
don't know it while you're in it.
That's
You don't
right.
know it when you're drinking you have a bag of chips and you chase it with a soda. Like, you'll have any idea how much salt you just brought in. You
Mhm.
think because it's sweet soda, it's tons of sodium in there.
Mhm.
We don't know what we're eating. And they stick labels and say gluten free on everything, on things that never had gluten in the first place. You know,
Right.
if you have some applesauce, why are you sticking gluten free sign on there? It was gluten free. It's applesauce. You
Mhm.
know what I mean? So
Yeah.
they're taking advantage of us every kind of way they can. But they'll tell you, if you take a look in your supermarket, you want to always be around the perimeter. All
Mhm.
the junk is all smack dab in the middle, just waiting for you to come get it. So we want to get our produce. We want
Mhm.
to have food that is not to be opened.
Mhm.
The less packaging you have, the less other hands have been involved, the better off for you. So go to your local farmers markets, your local produce
Yes.
stands, and get on Pinterest. I'm on
Mhm.
Pinterest, actually. You can find me on Pinterest at KenDo Spice. Get on Pinterest, come up with ideas. Meal prepping, it seems like it's this unimaginable task that you have no time for. We really do. You really can do it if you plan it out. I actually have some meal planning ideas on my Etsy page at bit.ly/KenDo Spice.
Mhm.
Really affordable downloads. I'm talking $3 or less, that you can just go and download and get some ideas of things that you should be eating for wellness, because we're not getting healthier.
Mhm.
Every single day you're finding like, oh, so and so actor 38 years old dies. So and so dies at
Right.
25. It's not like what it was before. 40 years ago, you could have a soda and cigarettes and all the pork that you wanted, right? You still somehow made it to your 70s and 80s. Not today.
Mm-hmm.
Not today. We're suggested to get a mammogram at 40. People are dying of breast cancer in their 20s.
Mm. That part. Yeah.
You see people dying from COVID who are generally healthy before. Generally healthy. You know,
Right.
they look healthy.
That part.
I'm just saying. So, but definitely, I'm so happy to have been here with you today.
Oh, mate, you are awesome. I love the fact that you combine spice and having the flavor with herbs because that is so important. And I asked about gluten because I had a natural doctor say you don't need to eat gluten when they did the liver. I was like, I didn't even know what it is. You know, it's like, well, what did I eat? What do I not eat? You know, I don't know. And then I recently was told about rosemary, you know, so I started making some tea with rosemary, herbs, and ginger, you know, taking a ginger root and slicing that up and drinking that tea like maybe in the morning or at night just to kind of, you know, relax. So, you know, I'm learning things as well. And I heard about CMOS and I've tried that as well. So, you know, just, you know, over time, as you learn different things that you implement it, that's better for your body and, you know, you learn more. So I love the fact that the KenDo Spice has that combination of flavor and herbs, you know, that's good for your body. So that's why I asked if you had a cookbook or something, you know what I'm saying? Because, you know,
It's coming. It's coming. Matter of fact, I'm gonna accept that energy that you're sending to me
yes.
to make sure that it happens. Because eating good doesn't have to be boring. It really
Yeah.
doesn't. We think
Right.
that like, oh my gosh, if I cut that out, I'm gonna be eating nothing but rabbit food. Who even came up with that idea anyway?
Right.
You want to eat food that's living, or you prefer to eat food that's dead? It's already dead.
Mm-hmm.
So what is it doing for you? What
Yeah.
does something dead consuming that is, you'll talk about crabs eating dead stuff, right? You talk about pigs eating dead stuff, but we forget we're eating dead stuff.
Right.
What exactly do you think that's doing for your body? When
Mm,
that check engine light comes on in your car, you go see about it.
that's
Well,
right.
your check engine light for your body is not always going to be like, oh, you have a heart attack. It's not going to be
Mhm,
that. It might just be a dark spot in your retina. It
mhm,
might just be thinning hair. It
mhm,
might
mhm.
be rough skin.
Yeah.
You know, like little aches and pains. It's not always just your back. It's not actually always a back pain.
Mhm.
Yeah, you didn't always just pull a muscle. We'd like to do this go to. I got a headache. Let me take something. Like, no, that's your check engine light. Why do
That
you have a headache?
right. Right.
If you have a headache, don't go and grab 3 or 4 Advils. Get yourself some oil of oregano
Mm,
and just rub it here at the temples. The smell of it alone will help. Do some deep breathing. Do
mhm,
that first,
mm,
not later. Not in desperation. We like to think that like going plant based is like this so extreme,
mm.
but open heart surgery is not. What?
That part.
Wait, what? You want? Let me get this straight. You want to cut my chest open, crack up some things? You gonna go in, give me a prescription? I'm all better now. No, I'm not.
Mhm.
No, I'm not. Let me try this. Let me go plant based, all raw for 30 days. I actually did that last year. The first 4 days, I should have checked into rehab.
Mm.
It was terrible. I'm talking vomit, nausea,
Oh, wow.
headache. Oh, cranky, out of this world,
Mhm.
draining, all kinds of stuff. It was terrible. But on day 5, I was in the store like, wait, am I running? I shouldn't be running. It was amazing. And by the
Wow.
time I got to the 8th day, I was only eating one time a day
Mm,
because I was actually getting all the nutrients I needed. So generally, we get hungry because sometimes we're thirsty, or
mhm,
sometimes because your body's like, nope, I still didn't get what I needed.
mhm,
Eat
mhm.
something else. Try
Yeah.
something else. And what we do, we go grab potato salad. No. No, get something alive
Yeah.
and refuel yourself. You don't get in your car and be like, yeah, I'm gonna throw some cooking oil in it, do you? You get your gas, right?
Mhm. Right.
But we gotta do that. We have to eat what we're supposed to be eating.
Yeah, awesome. I just because I'm learning my body now too, and so somebody was telling me to drink beet juice, and
Love it.
I found V8 beet juice with ginger and lemon, and it tastes pretty good too.
Beets are sweet. I would say grab a juicer and
Mm-hmm.
just throw the beets in there. Throw the
Mm-hmm.
ginger in there. Leave V8 out because unless you have some stock in them, leave them out. Don't even worry about that. Make it yourself with some
Mm-hmm.
water. I find it gives me lots of energy. Another thing is chlorophyll.
Okay.
So chlorophyll is what makes plants green.
Mm-hmm.
And you can buy that on Amazon. You can buy that at the vitamin shop. You can buy that at your local Sprouts, Wegmans, whatever. And
Mm-hmm.
you can get it plain or you can get like a mint flavor. They have berry flavors, but just add it to your water. Since
Mm.
chlorophyll is like the blood for plants, right?
Mm-hmm.
It gives you like tons of cleansing benefits and
Mm-hmm.
really makes you feel alive.
Hmm.
Coconut water is really good too.
I've
So if
heard
you really
that.
want to feel the chlorophyll in your coconut water is like in the islands, they
Mm-hmm.
use that for IVs many years ago. Like
Mm-hmm.
we have everything we need. Like say Hippocrates. We're talking about BC time here, right?
Yeah,
Let your food be your medicine.
there it is.
That's
Yeah,
it. In
yeah, because
fact, that's a great drop the mic moment. Let
right.
food
Let your
be your
food
medicine.
your medicine. Right. I know, like I was dealing with some things now, and then they gave me some prescription, and then they tripled my prescription, and then I sent me a bill, and I'm like, wait a minute, the situation is still going on, but the bill
Mhm.
is getting a little higher. I don't think I'm going back. So I'm
Exactly.
like, yeah, let me just start doing some of this extra natural stuff. And I thought I was doing good, but apparently my body needs some more stuff. So I'm just trying to find, different things that my body needs in order for it to function correctly like it's supposed to.
Well, we'll chat afterwards. I'd love to send you something.
Okay.
But because
Awesome.
what's going to happen with that prescription when you open that little brochure that comes with it? What's it tell you?
Oh,
All
I
the
remember.
things that it might do, and then they tell you we have to monitor your liver and kidney to make
And then
sure
it was
you.
like high blood pressure. But when I went, every time I go, it's like your blood pressure is a little high. What the medicine is doing it, the one that you prescribed to me, you
Mhm.
know? So yeah.
I mean, there's no money in telling you to do right? Because then you won't come back.
Right.
They will never tell you. You know what? You should increase your intake of blueberries.
Mm-hmm.
You should have more celery.
Mm-hmm. Right. And I do celery juice in the morning sometimes. And I had a headache, like right here. And I had a bowl of blueberries. And now my headache's gone.
Hmm.
Yeah.
Love it.
Yeah. Yeah.
That's my kind of talk. That's how you talk dirty to me.
Right.
Love my food. Talk about food. Okay, yes.
Yeah. So it,
Really confused? Have some walnuts. Eat the foods that look like what's going on with you. A
like
walnut looks like a
avocado.
brain.
Yep.
Tomatoes look like your heart.
Mm-hmm.
Carrots look like your eyes.
Yep.
Eat some real food. Just
Yeah.
say. There's
I
some
love
KenDo
it.
Spice on there, and it's gonna be delicious. Just
Love
saying.
it. Love it. Love it. Love it. Love it. Love what you're doing. Love you making it happen. We will definitely stay connected because I'm always open to hear about, how the natural food does, benefit your body and make you feel good and have energy. And your body heals itself once you give it the right things
Mhm.
to heal itself. So I'm excited about our conversation afterwards. But I'm definitely grateful for you. Thank you for your time, your energy, and what you do. So definitely be encouraged. And we look forward to that cookbook this summer. Okay. As
Okay.
well.
I look
Wonderful.
forward to putting it on the cover of Divine Connections magazine.
Come on in the house. Come on and
Yes,
speak it.
ma'am.
Yes. Yes. Love it. Love it. Love it. Thank you, Miss Smith, for coming on today and being my special guest. You guys make sure you stay connected with her. I am Deloris Wins with Divine Connections. Make sure you stay connected to the number one divine connector, which is Jesus Christ, right? And stay tuned because we always give out nuggets of different things that's going on and different things you should do. So definitely stay connected. We're going to turn it over to our sponsors. And Miss Smith, you hold on, and thank you again for coming. And we will talk to you guys soon. Make sure you like and share this broadcast. If you want to learn something, if you got a question for her, anything, put it in the comments. All right. And we will make sure we get it connected. All right. So stay tuned and hold on, Miss Smith.
Will do.
Hey, we've got exciting news from Divine Connections Marketing Services. Now you can create your own custom video commercial for your business or organization. It's time for you to win. Your product or service is someone's solution, so get the attention of your potential customers now. Choose from a 30 or 60-second commercial today. Just email us at divineconnectionsmagazine@gmail.com and we can get started. Connect today and let's get started making your custom video commercial now. Divine Connections Magazine. Get major exposure for your business. Is someone looking for your service? Do you need networking? Are you a gospel artist or a ministry? Do you have a major event that you want to promote? Divine Connections Magazine has the solution for you. We can distribute to residents, businesses, churches, and online. Don't miss this opportunity to expand your marketing locally and around the world. Find out more about us at divineconnectionsmagazine.com. Get your spot in the next issue of Divine Connections Magazine by emailing us for details at divineconnectionsmagazine@gmail.com.
Make sure to like us on Facebook at Divine Connections Marketing. Follow us on Instagram at Divine Connections.
Let's get it started now.